on section 2-1. We'll look at question number 3. It says, describe the transformation of f of x equals x squared. And then they give us g of x is x squared. Is that plus 3 or minus 3? Minus 3. X squared minus 3. G of x is x squared minus 3. And this isn't, you don't need to write a paragraph on these. You should be able to describe this in 2 words. That minus 3, when it's off by itself, it moves it either up or down. It moves it what you would think. Down 3. That's all it is. Down 3. It's slid down 3. Okay? And then they just want some rough graph. I just want a rough graph. That's all you got to do. We're going to have better graphs later on. But for right now, all I want is you need to understand. And I think there's some people that think that, well, this negative, it flips it upside down. Negatives do flip graphs upside down, but it's got to be out front here, okay? The original graph looks like this. Then you simply move it down 3 spots. And it'll look like that. Okay? Any question on that one?
Nope.
Okay? Just real quick rough graphs. That's all we want for right now. Okay? Let's look at question number 5.
Which ones are the ones that are always at +1?
Always what?
Are the absolute value ones the ones that are always at 1? So like if you go to -3, it's down 1.
I'm not sure what you mean by always at 1.
Jordan, they're the constant graphs.
Oh, a constant graph. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it starts at y equals 1, yes. Yeah, the constant graph. And again, this chapter, you don't have to worry about the absolute value graphs or the constant graphs or the linear graphs. Everything's quadratic. Okay? So we have x squared and x plus 2 squared. So f of x is x squared. G of x is x plus 2 squared. X plus 2 squared, okay? This one's a little bit tougher, a little bit. It's with the x. X goes left and right. It always does the opposite of what you think, though. It says plus 2, you think right 2? Moves it left 2. That's all it does. It just takes this graph and moves it 2 spots to the left. That's all it does. It slides it 2 spots left. So again, our original graph looks like this. We move it to the left. It's going to look like that. Okay, just real quick rough graphs. Any questions? Because this should be a review. This should be pretty much a review from the previous chapter. Okay, this is the same thing, but it's x minus 1 squared. So number 7, again, we have f of x is x squared. G of x is x minus 1 squared in parentheses. Okay? And again, what makes it a parabola is because it's raised to the power of 2. It's squared, okay? That minus 1 is going to move it 1 to the right. Going to take the original graph and move it 1 to the right. So, first graph looks like this. Move 1 to the right. It'll look like that. Okay. So look at number, I think number 9. Number 8, yep, number 9. Okay, now we've got 2 things going on here. So I see some people writing, so I'll let you guys catch up for a second here. How did volleyball go last night? Good or bad or?
Very rough night.
Rough night. How'd JV do?
We won 1 set.
Won 1 set and varsity no set. Okay. All right. Sorry. Hoping for good news. Guys are going to have good news after tonight. You guys play tonight, right? Football?
No.
It's tomorrow again? Okay.
Yeah.
Where at? Here or there?
Concord.
At Concord?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a winnable game, right? They ain't no good, are they? Okay. All right. X plus 6 minus 2.
Plus, we got the old jerseys. So
That's what I heard.
Maybe we'll have some like manhood.
There you go.
mascot about it, right?
There you go. X plus 6 minus 2.
Are those the 3 goal pieces?
Okay, so we have f of x is x squared and g of x is x plus 6 squared. Take away 2. So this one you should be able to describe in 4 words. Well, the plus 6 moves it left 6. The minus 2 moves it down 2. And again, I've probably said this 50 times over the last 5 or 6 weeks or so. I'll say it again though. Whenever you add or subtract, it either moves it up, it slides it. It translates it. It moves it either up or down, left, right, whatever, when you add or subtract. When it's off by itself, when it's not with the x, when it's all by itself, it moves it either up or down, what you would think. when it's paired up with the x, it moves it left and right, the opposite of what you would think, okay? So, we got our original graph, about the 4th or 5th time, looks like this. Move it 6 left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 2. It's going to look sort of like this. Hopefully it feels like the same graph over and over and over, because we basically are doing the same thing.
Yeah, we just move it.
Just moving at different spots. Different spots, different amounts.
How many questions do you have?
I mean, I don't know. I think there's probably like 25 or so.
Oh, okay.
Number 11. Okay, so we have x minus 7 plus 1. X minus 7. X minus 7 squared plus 1. And f of x is x squared. X minus 7 squared plus 1. So I'm going to shut my mouth here for about 30 seconds. Go ahead and do this one, okay? Describe it and then quickly graph it. So it should have moved it 7 right and 1 up. Original graph, 7 hash marks to the right, 1 up. Draw the same parabola opening upward. Okay? Any question number 11? Now I remember this question from last year, question number 13. This one is kind of different. It's easy to do. It's hard to get the answer though, I think. Okay? And what I mean is this. When you first look at 13, it looks a little confusing. Okay? But as long as you remember the rules we've been using all day today, it's not that bad. It really isn't, okay? What's tough is when you look at the answer. For me, it's kind of hard to tell what the answer is, okay? So they give us a function, okay, f of x. Now, it's U-shaped, or it's a parabola, because we look at it, it's a parabola, so it's definitely a quadratic, okay? I want to make sure you guys understand the difference. A quadratic equation, these are quadratic equations, okay? Raised to the power of 2, okay? Which is weird because quad means 4, but quadratics are raised to the power of 2. The shape of a quadratic is a parabola, okay? So this is not a quadratic. The quadratic is the equation. The parabola is the shape of it, okay? So we know this is a parabola. We see it right there. This is a parabola, okay? And so the equation is going to be some sort of quadratic. So they give us y equals f of x minus 1. F of x minus 1. You might be wondering, what the heck is that saying there, okay? They're giving you some I mean, for example, this graph right here, this graph, okay? Could it possibly be y equals x squared minus 9x plus 3? Could it possibly be that? Yeah, because there's a square right there, okay? Could it possibly be y equals 3x minus 7?
No.
No way, that's not a quadratic. Could it be 3x squared minus 7?
Yes.
Maybe. How about this one? Could it be negative 3x squared minus 7? This one right here? No way. Why?
Because it's still right side up.
It should be upside down because that negative there, okay? Good. All right, so they're saying some function. They're not going to tell you what it is though, okay? But they're telling you here's a function. I want to know which of the graphs that I'm covering up right now would be f of x minus 1. Well, if they just had f of x, now we have f of x minus 1. What the heck's that minus 1 going to do to the back graph? Move it right 1. Okay, it's going to take this graph right. How come right 1?
Because it's in parentheses.
How about now?
Now
It's gonna go down.
Whatever the graph is, going to move it down 1. But it's in there, so it's going to be 1 to the right. Okay? That's the easy part. To me, the hard part is looking at the graphs and determining which one was moved 1 to the right. Okay? I think the easiest way is to look at the vertex right here. Okay? Does it look like, if this is the original one, did that look like it might have moved 1 to the right? It definitely moved something to the right. Okay, you say a lot? Well, how far? I mean, how far is from here to here?
Not very.
Huh? What'd you
Probably
say?
one.
That's half. of the
Half.
line.
How long's the line? Very good. I don't know either. Okay. I mean, for example, from here to here, is that a big space?
Mhm.
Not if they're you say it is. What if they're counting by trillionths? Then no. But if they're counting by hundred thousands, that's a huge space. Okay, it depends. Okay, they don't give you any marks. Okay, so what I'm getting at is this. Would you agree they definitely moved this one to the right? Something?
Mhm.
Yep. They moved this one to the right.
No.
No.
They did two things to this one, I think.
Move it down.
They moved it down and probably a little bit to the left. Okay, and this one right here. Did they move this one to the right?
Yeah.
Yep. They moved this one to the right.
No.
I think it's in the exact. I think they moved that one up a little bit.
No, I think
They moved that one up. These, so it's one of these two
the one on top is
is what?
like it's
What'd you say? Say it. No, I want you. What'd you say?
shorter.
I'm glad you said that. Okay, and I'm not making fun here. Be careful when you say shorter. What do those arrows mean?
We go on.
Goes on forever. Okay, so just be careful. Okay,
And that it's shorter space between the.
like it's narrower, or shorter between.
Well, if you look at the arrows, the black line and the blue line.
Which one,
they're
right?
Further apart from
Okay.
each other.
I think what it is, though, we simply should have moved it one to the right. This one, it's hard to really. People in the back probably can't
The
see.
one
People in
at
the front.
bottom looks like it got moved up.
Yeah.
This one moved up?
Yeah.
I agree. I think so also, okay? It's hard to tell, I think. This is what I was talking about. This isn't hard. We knew it was going to be one right. It's just which one is moved one to the right. I think they moved this one up a little bit. So I think that this is the one, I think. Okay? So let's just put top left. You might want to put that down so you know when to. And I'm going to put a question mark next to it. Somebody's going to tell us here in about 15 minutes if we're right or not. Yeah, we're right. We just want to make sure we have the right answer. Okay, let's skip number 14. On to number 15. Number 15. So they give us some function, then they say, give me the function of f of x minus 1 plus 1. Okay, so what's that minus 1 going to do to the graph, whatever it is?
Gonna move it right.
1 right and plus 1,
Up one.
1 up. So move it 1 right, 1 up. It's going to do two things. Move it 1 to the right and move it up 1.
So that since the f and since the x has something with it, it doesn't change that anymore.
Yeah, it's with the x at minus 1.
Well, yeah, but like it's not like the like f of x equals. It's just the.
Right, because they're not telling you, what they're saying is, the best we can say is this is a quadratic. But I don't know what the equation, it's some function, okay? This function right here, this is a quadratic because it's U-shaped, it's a parabola, okay? It might be f of x is 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. It might be that. It might be 5x squared plus 8x minus 12. It might be that. We don't know, but what we're trying to get at is it doesn't matter what the function is. Whatever the function is, what does that plus 1 do to that function? Whatever it is going to move it up 1. Whatever the function is, because they're not telling you what the function is, okay? They're going to move it 1 to the right, okay? So they're not giving us the function. They're just giving us a picture of the graph. Okay, so which one moved it? You guys are all set?
The bottom left.
Did you want to do the second part or not? I'm not going to rush you. Say yeah or no? Yeah, okay. Just lay them on my desk now, ladies. Man, that's quick. There you go. Okay, so which of these moved it 1 to the right and 1 up? So this one I think it moved it to the right. Did it move it up, do you think, or not?
No,
I don't
the
think it
bottom
did.
left.
This one moved it down. Is it this one?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this one?
It didn't move the.
They moved it, maybe, is that moved up a little?
Yeah, but it
Is that
didn't
it?
move to the right at all.
I don't think it moved it to the right. I think it's this one. So I'm going to put down bottom left. And again, when I give you guys time to fill in the answers, somebody just say, yeah, those are right, or no, they're wrong. Okay, skip 16 on to number 17. Okay, so